Another major announcement that was covered that is just incredible is what was started with the Citizens Against Distracted Driving, Steve. I mean, when you talk about an unbelievable foundation started, the brainchild of Bill Andreoli, yep. I'm telling you, this is incredible what we've got here. Yeah, absolutely. And folks, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you how much of a crusade that we truly are on right now. We actually had a special lady come in from Illinois. Her son was killed a year ago. He came back. He was getting ready to get deployed to Afghanistan. Was back for about 2 weeks, Steve. Right. Had a 2-year-old daughter, was just taking care of her the last week he was here. And then he was texting and driving in his own car. It was a single-car accident, and he ended up losing his life before going back to fight the war. And what does that tell you?
Yeah, and for her to come here and tell us that story.
That's amazing.
She's on a mission.
Yeah.
She doesn't want this to happen to other people. Yeah. We don't want it to happen to other people. It was a very, very touching moment at our convention.
Yeah, we had a chance to hear from Teresa Breen, who made that trip from Illinois.
This is very hard for me. I hope I can get through this. But what this is all about is saving one life. If we can save just one life with this device, it is all worth it. Unfortunately, my son had to pay the ultimate price. My son was 23 years old. It was a beautiful Sunday afternoon, March 15th, 2009. We'd had a wonderful day together. He decided to go visit his uncle. That's where my story begins, my nightmare. At 9:22 p.m., my cell phone rings. My nightmare begins. To this day, I don't know who called me. I don't know. All I know is they could not give me any vitals. They could not tell me anything about how my son was. All we knew that there must be something very wrong, or he would be calling me himself. He had a beautiful, still does, has a 2-year-old daughter at the time, now 3. She's just like her daddy, she's full of it. She's great, we love her. JB knew no strangers, and I think of all you here that have spoken, he would love to be here because he would just talk, talk, talk. Other than the day he was born, when he raised his hand and went into the United States Marine Corps, it was the happiest day of our lives. That day that we went to Camp Pendleton and we saw him graduate, I was pumped. My chest, I was mama proud. It was great. The hurt never goes away. It never does. When we got to the hospital where they told us to go, we had no idea. The road was blocked. We had no idea that was because the road was blocked because that was our son's vehicle there in the roadway. Not 24 hours before this accident, my husband had told our son, JB, put that phone down. You're obsessed with that phone. I went into his bedroom one morning and he was asleep and he was doing this in his sleep. In his sleep, literally. This little device took his life, took my son's life. My son was invincible. He was a cat. He could land on his feet every time. But this little device took over his life and changed our life forever. I don't want any parent, any grandparent, any brother, any sister, anybody in this room to have to go through what I did, what we are going through each and every day. Your life changes. Every waking second, you think of that person. If he would have just had a device like this, he would have not worried about dropping his phone, reaching over it, getting it, and going off the road, being ejected, and dying of a massive skull fracture. We would have never had that phone call if he would have had this device. So please, I encourage you, what is more important in your life? $10, $20 a month, or your life? I know what I'd choose. I'm going to choose that device. My granddaughters, my daughter, from now on, I don't care how old she gets, she's still my baby. They're going to have this device. So please, everyone here, don't ever get that phone call. You can talk the talk, but until you walk that walk, you don't know what it's like. This device is going to be amazing. If it saves just one life, and I have touched just one life in this room, it makes it all worth it. I miss my son very much. His little girl, 3, misses her daddy, JB, every day. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank FDI for having me. And I hope, like I said, I can have touched just one person in this room. And to anybody that's here, and to my husband, Semper Fi.
You know, Steve, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house.
No, I mean, it was tough to listen to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going through that as a parent.
Right.
But we have something that can help that now.
Yeah.
You know, and we just need to talk about it.
Yeah, and that's our mission. That you got to have a passion for our mission. We are on a serious crusade, folks, and this is what it's all about. Everybody's excited about being a part of this crusade.